All right, Gemini, let's break it down. How things are going right now. Yeah, they're going. I think there's a lot, let's put it this way. The way that it looks right now, there's a lot unraveling. And the truth is, your truth makes people uncomfortable. And that's not going to change, but it doesn't make you wrong. And ultimately, there's just a sense of, how do I get on with this? How do I accept this strong feeling in me that I've got to, it's not that I've got to win. It's not that I've got to be right. It's I've got to complete this. I've got to fulfill this. I know that I can't stop fighting this. While simultaneously, I kind of know that I have to stop fighting this because it's wasting my time and energy. And see, it almost feels selfish when you say that. How do I keep this? Maybe it's a better question is, how do I keep this struggle up and not ruin myself in the process? You know, sometimes you just have to accept that people are where they are right now and that you are not the responsible party for catching them up to speed, right? I know you love to be the world's educators, but you don't have to be, and you can't be. If people don't want to learn, they're not gonna learn, right? If they don't want to pay attention, it's like motherfucker. What's that movie with Michelle Pfeiffer where she was like with the white lady that saved all the inner city kids, you know? Saying the magical teacher. Well, not really magical, but what was that movie called? You know what I'm talking about. Leave it in the comments below because it's bothering me that I can't remember. But ultimately, it's like, it's not your fucking job to save everybody who's being an asshole. But you do feel it. And that's because the North Node is in Gemini. And what does the North Node try to do? It tries to give everybody a way to not be an asshole. The thing is, most people really like it. They like it that way. And in some ways, it could even be you. Like, what's your comfort zone? Teaching the world, reaching out to people, talking to people, getting to know them, being sociable, friendships, all that shit is very comfortable for you. So now I challenge you to sort of like get out of that crap. I challenge you to sort of do something that's just by yourself and for yourself and kind of retreat into yourself for a little while. And I know that that's not something that you feel comfortable with, but that's the point. That's the point. Because a lot of us are being pulled back toward our comfort zones, you know, and you have to realize that that's the reason why nobody can see your point. They can't realize because it's out of their comfort zone. So your biggest problem and your biggest obstacle is something that you can help to undermine and create a solution for by being the solution and taking action in a way that demonstrates moving forward instead of moving back. And I really know that it's difficult because it's like, but I'm not done here yet. But you're done here for now. And what I've been telling every sign this week is the realization that it is not all on you. There is 10 ingredients to this recipe for success. And 9 of them you've already put in the fucking pot. The one that you haven't put in yet is the one that you can't put in because it has to go in by faith. It's faith. That's the recipe. That's the only thing you can add to the recipe now is faith. That the rest will show up when it has to. And that these people will fucking understand when they're ready. Because right now, they ain't ready. This is taking people way outside of their comfort zone. This is the conversations that are way over their head. And just because you get it doesn't mean you know how to break it down and explain it to them or that you'll ever be able to. I've actually had a conversation recently about how changes happen usually, especially if you're waiting on a specific person to change. Know that it could take a long fucking time. You may not even be around when they finally realize you were right? But there's just this sense of most changes happen generationally. You know, it's like, why isn't prejudice gone? Why isn't racism gone? Because the generations that were raised with them being okay are still alive. And until those motherfuckers die, it's still going to be around. And no, I'm not calling for revolt. And we can't basically kill them all, get rid of it fast. Things don't move fast in the 3D world. They're not supposed to. They need to take time, because the time that they take poses challenges that we all need to learn, like faith and patience. And I know that sucks, but it's where we're at. You know, it's like eventually these things will fade, not because we changed people's minds, but because we changed the way we build new minds, so that we never build in those prejudices or those racisms or those stupid concepts. We never build it in. But here's what we can do now. We can identify what those negative self-defeating messages are. We can identify, we have to identify them. We have to investigate. This Mercury in retrograde has to investigate about where the truth is, what we're missing here, why people want to believe the wrong thing instead of the right thing. Once we find out why, we change that so that they don't learn the wrong thing to begin with. But that's where we're at. And that's the only thing that we can do right now. The only thing that you can do right now is to figure out, if you want to put your head to something, it's to figure out how to change, not people's minds, but what needs to change in how we build new minds. That's the perspective that is going to be success and fortuitous for you. Because right now, whatever you're up against a whole sort of meta-conscious that, you know what? I'm hoping that all these planets in Aquarius drop some major truths, especially over this weekend. But I don't know that that's going to happen. I don't know when it's going to take effect. So what is it that we can do, you can do right now to make yourself be okay? Is focus on what you can do, which is get to the bottom of the bullshit of why these assholes even believed what they believed. Stop trying to explain yourself to them. And I know this is going to sound weird, but try to understand them. Not understand them as in to sympathize with them, unless that helps. But understand them as in to understand their motivation. And in order to do that, you have to be really objective. Because if you're going in with your own set of prejudices and you're going in with your own set of like assumptions, you've already made judgments, you've already come to conclusions, well then you're just going to like self-fulfilling prophecy, you're going to come to your own conclusions again. It's going to be a challenge to remain really objective, to understand the psyche behind believing something that's bullshit. But it can be very intriguing. And I know you guys like to learn and you like interesting shit. Okay. Don't let your past hold you back. This is what you can do for your personal life right now, is start moving forward. There's so much that you do know that you have to defend, you have to stick up for, understood. But ultimately, you got a future in front of you. You can't keep living in the past. You can't keep making your past the only thing that you do in your future. Your way is forward. So drop the fight that's wasting your energy and pick up the new challenges that will actually carve new pathways forward for you, right? So it's not about go back and argue with your ex one more time when you're just going to go around in circles. It's delete their fucking number. And then think about things for yourself, like, why was I attracted to this person to begin with? And then look through and scroll through. Am I still attracted to people like that? Why? Why? And then figure out, who should I be attracted to based on what truly makes me happy. Those are those things. It's like, learn from your past and then it won't get in your way anymore. Blow off some steam is here. Yeah. You do. You need to, in some ways, allow yourself to release all those negative energies that are tensing you up. And I do think that this is, see, turn back is here. Turn back to understand how to let go. In other words, somewhere along the lines, you got tied up in a bunch of bullshit. And you have to go back to untie yourself. That's why. It's like what created the mindset that's keeping me stuck. I got to go back to untie myself. That's the only reason. Seek an expert. Somebody else's objective perspective on this is exactly what you need right now. It doesn't have to be a real expert. It just has to be somebody who can look at things like call in one of your friends, man. Call, you know, like let them see what they, see what they see. Maybe not even a friend. Somebody objective is what you need, because you're not happy and you deserve to be. This is a time to untether your soul from the disappointment that has been coming to you, the disappointment that's been growing in you because of how disconnected you feel to everybody else's truth. This is the time to release that shit. And if you have to, release everybody else and just go take some damn time for yourself. You will be receiving help. People do care. They're not just leaving you abandoned. They're not. But it's almost like the only way to really understand that and open yourself up to receiving is to allow, stop fighting so hard. You're just fighting so hard, so you're not making any room for anybody else to actually come on in and help you. Stop fighting so hard. Let the fight be them. Let them stick up for you. Let other people stick up for you. It's not like you're depending on it, but it's like you need this. You need this. And all you can do is continue to tell the truth. There's definitely, people know that you're telling the truth. People love you. The love isn't going to stop. It's not going anywhere. There's definitely people who are still 100% on your side and are not giving up on you. Let that be an inspiration to you. Right? Listen to the music. This is, to me, for me, this is especially for you who loves music. You need to just calm yourself down. It's like, what ways can I calm myself down? Well, how can I relax, and what do I need to get myself to a point of mental clarity? Because right now my head's it's in a crazy spot. It's in a mind fuck. And how do I unfuck my mind? Stop going so hard on it. Literally, you could walk away right now today and it would be okay. I think that this is what happened. It's almost like somebody walked away and that encouraged everybody to run after what they let go and then pick up the fight. Like, you will see that people are sort of rallying, not necessarily to you, but to your cause. Like, it's like drop it, let it go. Let it go. This is really a time when you do need to ask for help, because I don't think it's so easy for you to unravel yourself. And if you let this bag drop right now, you'd probably be attached to it. So first you got to be like, somebody help me unravel this shit, because I can't let it go until I figure out why it's still bothering me, how it's still connected to me. You really do need answers. But at least now you should be like focusing on not carrying the weight anymore, but figuring out how to get it detached. Keep dancing. Bring joy. Let joy come back. You do deserve joy. Even if you feel like you're a failure somehow. This is allowing yourself to, it's almost like, that's pride, right? But it doesn't matter. It's almost like, okay, kind of like that. You know, it's like, it's okay. Well, I can't do anything about it now, right? Do I deserve joy? Do you deserve love? This is almost like somebody blocking themselves from being loved because they don't want anything to happen to them until they figure out why the bad stuff did. No. Reaching out to somebody is essential. You might have put yourself into too much isolation recently. Like, call and ask for help, or reach back. When somebody reaches to you, just let yourself go out. Let yourself be with them. Let yourself be social. Let yourself engage. Let yourself, be yourself again. You're still you. You still have a chance to be you, a right to be you. Whatever kind of recent embarrassment or challenge you've gone through, This is about really just coming out and getting back in the mix again. After, okay, I understand. Wait, Michelle, you just said separate yourself. To get some clarity. To get some clarity. But you'll start to feel these impulses. You'll start to hear your song, your friends will call. Go out. Go out. That's the right time when you feel like you wanna. It'll help to clear your head. This is also about, maybe it's not about partying or going out. It's about just reaching out to somebody very specifically that could help you. Somebody who knows their shit and who can remain objective. Maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. Do some studying, do some research. Maybe it's time. This is the key to unraveling. Kind of like the key to unraveling the burdens of the burden that you were holding on to that finally is going to let you accept an ending. It's almost like, see, the key is in the center. It's like you have to unravel the burdens. You have to understand them first. But this is the realization you're going to start to realize is all of those things that will help you accept an ending. Because that's what's really been hurting you. And that's the way something ended felt bad. And Mercury retrograde, which of course impacts you because you're ruled by Mercury, right? It's in Aquarius. It's saying gather the friends around. Like ask them, like what's your perspective on this? It's also like look at this from a different perspective. Look at this from another angle. Try to understand why it went that way, because now you can understand better what you're up against. Look at this. Yeah, this is like somebody trying to steal your shit and blaming it on you, or vice versa. But it's almost like people getting you in trouble, or you getting in trouble, making bad decisions, bad choices because you trusted the wrong people. That's part of the answer right there. You trust the wrong people. You let the wrong people near you, and all they wanted to do was rip at you and pull at you and take from you. They really weren't there. They didn't have your back. Somewhere along the line, you started associating with the wrong fucking kind. If you like this reading so far, which I hope you do, please hit like. And then share to your social media platforms, and then subscribe to the channel, or do that right now. And then hit ring that bell so you get notified, and click all notifications so you know when I upload all the videos. Gemini's videos come out every single Thursday. But you're not just your sun sign, right? Check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and any other sign you want. Every single zodiac sign has a brand new message every single week. They're not time sensitive, but they do come new every single week. And they always have an extended reading below if you want some real articulate, non-philosophical answers, but real answers. That's over in tarot. And it's a twofer. 2 for 1. So I do the tarot extended reading, and I do the romance specific reading. So that's always in the extended. Every week there's actually a Gemini romance reading. It comes along with the extended. And then of course I invite you to Instagram. Oh, one more thing. If you can also subscribe directly to the extended platform, because then you'll get access to the extended and romance readings a day before any link comes up here or anywhere else. FYI. And then I invite you to Instagram. So you can find me at born_without_boundaries. Sometimes people have been having a hard time finding it, but I'm definitely there. born_without_boundaries. And I go live Monday through Friday. I do a reading. Daily reading, daily motivations over there, and lots of other content being posted there too. So lots of ways to support and enjoy the channel, which I welcome you to. Now let's get into the rest of your reading, which is your animal totem cards. Totem. Okay. Use your mind wisely. The impossible. See, this is the thing. It's almost like in some ways, you never thought this would happen. You never really thought it would get to this point. It's like when pigs fly. You honestly did believe that everything would be okay, or everything would go smoothly, or that people would see what you were talking about and understand the truth. And fucking human beings, man, they always surprise you. For better or worse, they do. And I don't think that people have been surprising you in a good way lately, Gemini. Welcome to North Node madness. Seriously. Welcome to North Node madness. Cancerians suffered through it for the past 2.5 years. It's like whatever sign the North Node is, people tend to like be really acidic to. Questioning them extra, like raking them across the coals, because nobody likes the person who has insights into shit you should be doing. And it's almost like a kind of like self-defense. Yeah, this is a sense of never thought that this would happen. Kind of just thought everybody would be open-minded, right? Everybody would be okay with going along with this. But nope, everybody was like, no, I want to stay put. I want to stay exactly where I am. Not open, not interested, don't want to turn down that path, don't want to look down there. I'm scared of what I'll see if I look down there. So why would I take the look down there? Doesn't make any sense. Nope, staying right here, staying in my comfort zone. Don't want to work, don't want to do anything, don't want to do anything that's difficult. I still want the honey, but I still want the honey, but I don't want to work. This is some really like scavenger type energy. Could be a person, of somebody who's exploitive and filled with pride and just in it for their own selves and like really sneaky and underhanded and thinking and having all this confidence like, yeah, I'm going to get away with shit. I'm going to get away with shit. Sagittarius, Leo energy could be fire energy of some sort. Doesn't have to be, but it is definitely like confidence, more like conceit, more like arrogance, but it's confidence of I deserve this. You know, I deserve it even though I don't work for it. Okay. I know, right? Clear out the clutter. Now is the time for you to realize that it's almost like at this point, Gemini, you're accepting that even if you're the only one that sees it, it's enough because at least it's out of my life and I can transform and I can be the better part of myself. The bigger victory has to come when other people can finally see what I'm talking about. But if they're not ready, I can't flash the light on their eyes. They're just going to accuse me of hurting them because I'm turning on the lights. And that's what it is, man. It's like you're turning on the lights and people are accusing you of hurting them because, ouch, that stings. They've grown so accustomed to being in the fucking dark. Sorry that you got comfortable to being in the fucking dark. Sorry, sorry, sorry. But ultimately, me shining light on a topic or a situation is not me being the enemy. You know, you choosing to be blind, that's you being your own enemy. But ultimately, Gemini, what I'm saying is at least this is what you have to do. Accept that, hey, I see the light. I'm good here. At least I'm awake. And as much as it hurts to see everybody else still hide in their eyes, what you gonna do? You turned on the light. Now it's their choice. They got to open their eyes at some point. And the truth is most people do. You know, sometimes it just takes more adjustment. Not everybody is like, they can't like be like, you know, it takes a second. And that's what I want you to be hopeful for. And in being hopeful and realizing that, you're able to now refocus on, become untethered, let yourself go. Stop waiting up for them. They will open their eyes when they're ready. This is Aquarius energy. It's you realizing you got to move on. You got to move forward. Because that's the only way you kind of like pave the path forward is to keep leading the way. Right? Turn knowledge into wisdom. Yep, this is some deep-rooted shit. Deep understanding. Like when you see the things about people that disappoint you, use that to understand deeper. Understand them deeper. Understand yourself deeper. But this is definitely some shady shit coming to the surface. And it actually comes to the surface. Sometimes we want something so badly, we end up becoming the vacuum that's actually keeping that door closed on us. So when we release and let go, and it's like, ooh, okay, now the door swings open. So that's kind of what it is. In some ways, your insistence on getting everybody to wake up at the same time is actually creating a vacuum that's making them like push against you. Let go. Let go. Let them hit the ground. Maybe then they'll wake up. Be peace. So this is imbalance. This is a dissonance. This is stuff that they don't want to hear. This is also in the future. And this is the great mystery. This is like, in other words, this is coming out of the dark. This is coming up for air. This is realizing the bullshit. So people will see it on their own. Yeah, there's potential here. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. It's like everybody realizing it at once. It's just not going to be pretty. These are your angel cards all coming out for you now. Hopefully, these are messages of encouragement directly from angels to just kind of like let you know you're not alone. We have prayer. No matter how difficult the situation may seem, all is possible. Ask. We are listening. It doesn't mean it happens like this, right? The magic of the real world is called manifestation, and that happens slowly over time. So it seems like nothing magical is happening, but that's not true, because where we're placing our focus, we're actually changing our world, and that is magic. It's just moving very slowly. Pray. Pray. At least then, God knows that you still have faith. It could offer you clarity too, a feeling of connection. Positive outcome. The sun is about to burst through the clouds and you will soon see things in a different light. See how much that changes everything, is seeing things differently? Something that previously seemed hopeless will soon be filled with nothing but hope. Oh, okay, angels. I hear you. Miracle is here. Our wings of light surround you and those you love. This current situation is governed by a higher power. The forces of love are at work. All will turn out well. And look who else is on the table. Blue Angel. I, Archangel Michael, am here by your side. I am all around you and will forever protect you. Remember this when you feel fearful. I love you. All is well. They got your back, man. Let's go into tarot and see explicitly who this fucker is and what they up to. I will see you guys. Link is below. Bye, Gemini.